Ladies and gentlemen, this review and or video contains some spoilers of sorts. Then again, with a video like this, you should kind of expect this, but I kind of should. I really shouldn't have to, tell you guys this because I'm pretty sure you figured this out by now if you know me. But spoilers ahead. If you can't handle information of any sort that may spoil your experience, turn back now. Enjoy.
Or perhaps he skipped right past profound and went straight to crazy instead. Oh well, enough of that. I best go see the world for myself instead of burying my head in books.
Wow, the opening video just summarizes my entire argument alone in a little more or less than 30 seconds. I find such a poetic irony, such a fitting tribute, that it ironies itself into a paradox. I find its lack of self-awareness and its lack of factual backup to the story quite reprehensible. There's so much I can rant and rave about, down to finite details, but for the sake of a semi-coherent video, I'll try and remain true to the formula. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I am one man. This is First Rate, which is a first rating for any game. Basically, my version of the first impressions gimmick. It'll also be part of the overrated series, so enjoy. So let's bring the facts. The facts that really drive home this point. This problem with this horrendous overrated game. Now, first and foremost, NieR Automata is made by Square Enix and Platinum Games. That's not a problem. It features a multitude of gameplay mechanics, and those who love nostalgia may initially get their kicks and such. Now, normally, I'd say until they grow tired of it and realize how worthless and bland it is, but it is quite clear that people are so delusional that they're no longer qualified to judge what a good game is. Gameranx is a good example of such delusion. Specifically the video of NieR Automata before you buy. He has the audacity to say the mechanics run smoothly and the story being good. I can destroy those statements with so many bullet points that it ain't even funny. Where to start? Let's break down the motherfucking story. So, starting with the story setting, and we already have problems. Basically, aliens arrived on Earth and invaded. Okay, it's a hokey gimmick, but it's workable enough you can suspend your disbelief. So, in the year 11,945, during the 14th Machine War, sometime after the fourth ending of the original NieR, Earth has suddenly been invaded by extraterrestrial life forms, armed with weapons known as biomachines. Facing imminent destruction, mankind has had no choice but to flee the Earth and take refuge on the Moon. In an attempt to reclaim their planet, humanity formed a resistance army of android soldiers. To break through this deadlock and reclaim their homeworlds, humanity sends the Yorha, an infantry unit of state-of-the-art androids, into battle. An arduous battle between androids and biomachines unfolds on an uninhabited, barren planet. And who knows what forgotten truths are revealed in war. Now, this summarization of the setting is from a wiki. And if you've known anything about wikis, is that the only thing you can trust wikis on are game facts. Game facts, game stories. Two things. One, there's no way we could actually develop ourselves to be on the Moon. I mean, this is just a huge amount of suspension of disbelief in you already. Now, two important things. A. This story setting literally gets a literal recon closer to the end of the goddamn game. So already they in the future invalidate their own setting. So already you've got inconsistency. B. Biomachines are physically and universally impossible. None of the materials known to the entire universe allow metal-based alloys to allow and foster biological life. Specifically because of things like rusting. Constantly, you are forced to watch as bullshit in the game goes down, in the story and in the mechanics. Stuff like mechanics creating humanoid machines, which is literally just androids, of which does not need the overt attempt at a moral and philosophical gray zone, is physically, chemically, biologically impossible. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. This entire game is a pseudo-philosophical attempt at commentary over what makes someone or something human. Both sides show this shallow attempt as well. Pascal reading Nietzsche, androids having emotions and desires, biomachines making humanoids, said humanoids reading religious and historical diatribe to further solidify of how fucking 3D5 me this game is. The aliens who invaded, already dead. The killers, Adam and Eve. I shit you not, those are the names of the two machine leaders that were supposedly born. If you cringed in disgust or annoyance, I can't fucking blame you. It is so damn transparent about how cool and edgy and meaningful they wish to be in their story. Yet, it is disgustingly overbearing, with no basis in actual fact, and it requires your suspense of disbelief to an unreasonable and absurd degree. They're passing off this other message of mere worthless fake nihilism, and to a real one like me, I see through this phony bullshit. The whole premise of quote-unquote what makes us human is so damn easy to properly portray that a mentally retarded 8-year-old could do it in their sleep. The fix is simple. Switch the androids of Yorha with the machines, i.e. the machines serve Yorha, and the androids serve and eventually kill the aliens, and adjust the story accordingly. Makes far more sense, less overbearing and more subtle. That's the word I was looking for. Less overbearing, more subtle. And the ending part of the whole final arc makes more sense too. Not only that, but 9S and 2B would also be more imposing of villains than Adam and Eve, who we just, when we're fighting, have a complete disconnect with. Not only that, I almost forgot one thing. Like, it also makes sense on a technological scale too. Because how does, like, I know you have the two female characters that were behind all that and shit, but, like, don't you think it would be more logical on a technological scale to make the machines? And that because aliens are more advanced life forms that they can create androids? Like, there's just so many just bad things that just switching the roles between machines and androids can actually fix a lot of. And it's this stupidly simple editing change to make your point better than the writing direction you gave it that it baffles me about how stupid Yoko Taro is. I mean, if you wish to write the story your way, by all fucking means. Just don't pass the story as something so intellectually and morally deep when, with ease, I can just mad-lib and switch out adjectives and nouns to make it a million times more effective. It is so shallow and transparent to me that it amazes me that this game has successfully conned its way to not only have common acceptance by the ignorant masses, but also be considered one of the best games of 2017. I shit you not, it was like number 7 or 4 or something on their top 10 list on Watch Mojo. I shit you not, this is a real thing that people delude themselves to be. Watch Mojo's top 10 games of 2017 list. Watch Gameranx's NieR Automata before you buy. You'll see this delusion flat out rampant. That being said, if anyone brings in a fair point about NieR Automata, I am more than willing to listen. I am more reasonable than most people. Make sure though to bring a gun to a gunfight, please. I've had enough people bringing knives to gunfights in this sort of intellectual discussion. This is a first-rate, aka first impressions video, and therefore not an official review. I only cover the entire skeleton of the game. I would prefer not to do play by play, honestly, but to be quite frank, there's so many issues with the story I would not be able to cover them in a singular video and not get anywhere short of an hour at least. So even though I don't like the dude, and I don't agree that in his views, I do suggest you watch Everything Wrong with NieR Automata. I believe it's by Dardigan, it might be by someone else, but he basically just highlights all the things wrong with it. I want to get this video roughly centered around 30 minutes max. So let us get to the world building, because this one really baffles me. How in the hell can you call a very restricted world map an expansive world? You're literally constricted to 8 design levels, generally constrained to a limited world area size. A desert, a theme park, Yorha Station, the Resistance Camp, city ruins, Pascal's Village, the factory, the Forest Kingdom. There's no creativity in the story, as I've underlined, or dungeon design, or combat mechanics. It feels shoddy and uncontrollable. I don't know how you get comparisons to Bayonetta when there's actual fluidity and control in Bayonetta. Like, most of the time, NieR's attacks don't even connect. It was just piss poor action-wise for NieR Automata. There are also unnecessary filters, such as the Yorha base, and camera shaking unnecessarily, to be Vire's scene before she leaves everything to A2, and unnecessary constant perspective shifts, the tower battle. I don't even want to get started on the vanilla woman 2B or the annoying twink that is 9S. The only fun characters in my opinion so far are A2, the Pods, and Emil, who, the last of which I'm actually looking forward to battling because it's a super boss. Wait, also, hold up, am I playing NieR Automata or Wolfenstein? I don't like the fact that the other mechanics just rip off games like Galaga and Metal Slug for cheap nostalgia boners. I don't like platforms, and I don't like linear 2D fighters. So tell me, how do inconsistent mechanics, shoddy control, and camera shaking qualify as smooth mechanics? It is a chore and a half, utterly boring, downright counterintuitive, and an OST I would skip in a heartbeat for more metal themes. I've listened to better OSTs on Neptunia and Fairy Fencer than that trash. Let alone Death End Request, which is fucking amazing, and possibly the best soundtrack of best upcoming soundtrack of 2019. DMC5, meet your competitor next year in Death End Request. That being said, a couple of positives. I'm not going to shit on the game for the sake of it, and if I think there's positives at all to any games, I like to mention them. 1. The advent of Adam and Eve's birth. Metal as fucking hell as you can get with the first fight. Speaking of metal scenes. Number 2. The moment 2B spikes her sword into Eve's skull. Goddamn, that's juicy as fuck. Not to mention, it's the most development 2B will ever get. 3. It's a decent tower fight, albeit a massive asterisk next to it for major battle mechanics issues, but even despite that I did have a little fun with it. So let us delve into the first ratings. Direction. Holy crap, this is the most vile of the categories. Inconsistent mechanics, dumb thematic choices, bland environments, terrible story. This gets a 0 out of 10, a complete and utter F rank. I will put an asterisk next to it though, because the one thing that the direction did get right was the PR. Because clearly, they did such a decent enough PR campaign that you are all unable to determine for yourselves what is a good game and what is a bad game, and you just base it off of the reviews of others. I will not judge the soundtrack officially since I basically skipped it, albeit I did listen to a few on YouTube videos. Writing. This was at best and a complete and utter pseudo-philosophical piece of shite at worst. A few cool moments and shocking and depressing moments in others does not make this an entire waste of time, but good storytelling in moments were incredibly sparse. It is depressing when the best scene features child suicide. Yeah, I know it sounds fucked up, and I don't like how fucked up it is. Just play the damn game if you're so fucking curious. 2 out of 10 in F rank. Design. I'll give them some brownie points, I guess. Aesthetically, the character designs look alright at least, even if the environments were bland and cliche. I'm not a fan of unnecessary filters in a game, but the Wolfenstein forces. I mean, Yorha looked cool as fucking hell. I mean, yeah, I keep calling them Wolfenstein forces, but they're technically Yorha. So game design-wise, this game isn't beyond all hope. I will actually give this a passing grade at a 6.10, a D rank. Overall score. This game is absolutely skippable, and I absolutely hate it so far, despite getting 5 or 6 endings and beating all 3 routes. I have no idea how I'll be able to reach level 99, let alone face and beat Emil. That's probably all I have to look forward to. And I look forward to One Man vs. Emil because I'm a sick motherfucker who loves conflict and violence. A2 is amazing. The Yorha Bunker Commander is awesome. Also, what the fuck is the Council of Humanity doing? This game also leaves unanswered questions that will never be addressed in any possible sequels. If the crap is even good enough to earn enough money for one. Fuck Watch Mojo, fuck everyone, and fuck everything that thinks NieR Automata is a good game. I am normally non-judgmental for game interest, but considering this good in any objective fashion, and key term objective fashion, is either incredibly wrong or just flat out spreading misinformation for money or an agenda. Subjectively, though, enjoy whatever piss puddles you wish. Ain't my right to choose for you. I can only present evidence in my opinion and perspective on said evidence, and it all leads to the fact that NieR Automata is absolute piss poor quality. Whatever, I give this a 10.5 out of 10, a solid to low F rank. F rank, period. Period, yeah, period. I'm sure you're quite pissed or annoyed at the amount of vehement displeasure I've displayed for this game. Feel free to whine or bitch in the comments section, because this isn't the final review for NieR. However, if you actually happen to like this video, or like my opinions, or just respect them for being the contrarian to the norm in your opinion, then feel free to give my channel a like. If you feel strongly about my video, comment in the comments section or talk about it on Twitter, and make sure you tweet, like, and retweet any tweets related to this video. Even if you're talking about your displeasure with my opinion, I could care less, it's publicity. If you wish for more reviews, check out my channel page, subscribe if you are new and interested, and click the bell next to it for more of my content. Follow me at Twitch at OneManCast and on Twitter at OneManCast346. Don't forget to consider supporting me on Streamlabs and or backing me on Patreon. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I am One Man, Oyasamina Sai, and fuck you, and fuck off to NieR Automata.
Pull the devil's trigger!